Well, everyone, I think we can all agree the last year, 2020, and perhaps even the last 4 or 5 years have been very interesting, pretty wild, and unprecedented. Talking about the Donald Trump presidency, the recent COVID-19 pandemic. We're living in wild times. Today, as Joe the lawyer, Joe Pometto, practicing attorney in Pittsburgh, PA, we're going to take a look at a video that was put out by a super PAC. What's a super PAC? A political action committee. It's a group of people who get together, they form a nonprofit, they put all this money into this organization, and then they put the money behind political causes. Well, this super PAC, which apparently was founded by a couple of attorneys, made a commercial attacking the law firm of Jones Day because Jones Day represented Donald Trump in some of his election lawsuits. We're going to take a look at the video, and then I'm going to have some commentary on the video, why I think this is a little bit troubling. Now, I'm all for free speech. So if somebody wants to go out there, attack a law firm, attack a lawyer, really, you can go after anybody in our society. It's free speech, all right? But I want to talk to you about the problem with a video like this and how it can sort of be calling, the pot calling the kettle black. So let's take a look at this video real quick.
Are you a law school graduate looking to work for a big law firm? Are you interested in sedition and overthrowing democracy in the United States? Well, do we have the place for you? Jones Day. At Jones Day, we represent Donald Trump in trying to undermine the United States elections. Don't you want a great work environment for you and your family? Just imagine getting to work with the entire Trump family. Rudy Giuliani, Stephen Miller, Don Jr., Eric and Ivanka, Dan Bongino, and Sean Hannity. So join us at Jones Day, where every day can be a MAGA day, and InfoWars can be yours. Joe Biden won, people. Please stop this.
Okay, so this is a commercial, and I found it on YouTube. I don't know where this PAC is running this commercial, if they're putting it on TV, etc. They're called Midas Touch, okay? But they are running this ad campaign against Jones Day. Jones Day is an international law firm. It is one of the biggest law firms in the world. And Jones Day is representing the Donald Trump campaign in some of their lawsuits in Pennsylvania and other states related to the election. And this commercial is basically saying, to potential lawyers who want to work there, look, if you go and you work at Jones Day, it's basically, the Trump show or some sort of clown show, all right, because they're defending Trump in these lawsuits. Here's why, and now let me say first of all, free speech, okay? This is America, free speech. But here's the problem with this. I'm a criminal defense attorney. If I go out and I represent a criminal, all right, and then you wanna associate me with everything that criminal has said or done, okay, you're gonna make me look like the worst person in the world. Every criminal defense attorney out there, right? They represent drug dealers, people who have committed homicide, murderers, all the craziest stuff. So am I advocating for murder or homicide or dealing drugs because I represent criminals? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. Is this Jones Day? Is this firm advocating one way? Yeah. Now in the courtroom, they are representing their client. All right. But it doesn't mean that the attorneys who are actually doing it believe in the cause or don't believe in the cause. All right. And this is an issue people ask me all the time in criminal defense. How do you do this? All right. An attorney is like an attorney is a tool. Okay. A person wants to go into the courts and bring an issue forward. The attorney gives them the options and the ability to do that, and will also forward that argument. It doesn't mean that the lawyer personally believes in the client or the issue, okay? And it's important that we don't blast attorneys over everything they do, because then you're going to discourage lawyers from helping people who need legal representation. And that comes to the more base point, is that everyone, I believe, should be entitled to legal representation in the courts. If you have money, you want to forward a lawsuit, okay, there should be a lawyer out there who will take your case for you. Now, if the case is total nonsense, it'll get knocked out. All right, happens all the time. People file crazy stuff, boom. If it's total nonsense, that's the role of the judge, right? The judge can see a case and say, boom, and get rid of it. And then that actually helps resolve a dispute, or at the very least, put it to rest. So I have a problem, and especially because this PAC is run by lawyers, it troubles me a little bit that a bunch of lawyers are getting together, putting money into advertisements to attack another law firm just because this law firm is representing Donald Trump. That's troublesome to me. I bet that those lawyers who run this PAC have represented some questionable actors. Frankly, if your lawyers don't have jobs if they're not representing questionable actors. All right, that's almost the whole point of law. Is when people have disputes, there's usually one party who's wrong. Okay, if we're going to put a moral spin on it, but sometimes both parties are wrong, and they both have attorneys. It doesn't make these attorneys bad law firms or bad people for forwarding the argument. All right. Jones Day is a large international law firm. The client, probably the Trump campaign, came to them, gave them money to forward an argument, all right? And they didn't. I don't think we should really be defaming or going after the law firm. If you want to make fun of the Trump campaign for forwarding that argument, go for it. All right, but are you going to turn around and insult every attorney who's represented somebody who's maybe on the wrong side of the law? If you do that, you're basically gonna do blasphemy to every attorney in the United States of America, and 50% of them at any given time. So I don't really like this attack, especially coming from other lawyers. Again, we live in a free country, and the last couple of years have been pretty wild, all right? But again, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. When I'm litigating a case, even if I think my client, let's say, has been wrongfully accused and is innocent, I'm not going to demonize the prosecutor. All right. If I'm in a contract dispute where I know my client's right, I'm not going to demonize the lawyer who's defending the other client. They're getting paid to provide a service. They don't necessarily believe fully in what they're doing. Attorneys are tools, right? They're tools. It's like, you blaming the tool. No, you got to blame the person who is actually using that tool, exercising those options. You don't blame the tool itself, okay? Especially when they have a business to run, and everybody in this country, the more base right is everybody in this country has a right to legal representation and to take their disputes into the courts, right? And if they are frivolous or nonsensical, the judge will knock it down. The courts will knock it out. And I don't really think we should be discouraging people from taking clients, even if a case is sometimes questionable. I will say attorneys do have a duty to not forward frivolous claims, but it's difficult to know what's frivolous and what is not. And sometimes even the lawyer has to bring it into court. Then they're pressed up. The other lawyer comes at them. The judge is involved. Then they may see, oh, look, I don't have a case after all. And they may drop the case, or the other lawyer will beat them, or the judge will throw the case out. And sometimes that's what it takes. And then the attorney can go and look at their client and say, look, I wasn't sure about this from the beginning. It looks like it's not a good claim. All right. And we lost. Fine. Everybody moves on. But to really discourage people from taking cases and helping, even, helping a presidential campaign in a lawsuit, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think that it's healthy, because sometimes even these cases, 9 out of 10 times an attorney might look at a case and say this is wrong, and they might take it into court. But occasionally, those turn into something. Those turn into cases that could change the course of legal history in the United States. That's how the law gets changed, is attorneys forward ideas that nobody thought about before. So I'm not a big fan of a couple of lawyers or any really private entity going after a law firm for helping a presidential campaign or anybody exercise their legal rights in court. So I just want to give you my 2 cents. I wanted you to watch that video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Joe Pometto, Joe the lawyer. I'm here looking out. I'm trying to be objective here and look at things from all sides, okay? Not about, you may hate the Trump campaign, you may hate Donald Trump and everybody associated with him, but it doesn't mean you have to be for defaming the law firms that work for the campaign. Thank you for tuning in. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. More to come. Check out my description. Thank you very much.